Welcome, Chelsea fans, to the Chelsea Pulse. My name is Desire Derek Ford Mugumisa. I am your host, and today Antonio Nusa is everything we are speaking about. Yes, that gentleman that just spoke out about a failed bid to bring him to Stamford Bridge on deadline day, that is who we are talking about. I know many of us had no idea who this guy is all about. I've done some digging, and I have a few things that I've learned about him and why we should be excited about this guy that Chelsea seems to be very interested in. Welcome to this particular video. We're going to be talking about a couple of things with Antonio Nusa. One of those things is that this guy is a rising star. So yeah, don't blame yourself for not knowing much about him. He's a rising star. He's coming through. He's only a teenager, 18 years of age, moving on to 19. But despite that limited experience, he's a guy that has already exuded a whole lot of confidence and getting to put on, performances and presences that are much bigger than his age. He's already scored in the Champions League, so that will be making for some good experience as well. And you will remember that even on the international scene, he's going to put in a couple of performances and big goals already right there. So that is something to be very, very excited about. Another thing that you need to know about Antonio Nusa is his versatility. This is a guy that plays across the whole front line. He can play off the left, off the right, and can play through the middle. He's a brilliant dribbler. He's one of those guys that will take a game by the scruff of his neck and just wreak havoc on both the wings and even through the middle. He also has, again, a jaw-dropping goal against France in the underage levels. I will be getting to put the link to that video in the description below so you can get to have a look at it. That's not all about Antonio Nusa that I would want for you to know about him. He is also a guy that has been referred to as the next Neymar. So if at all Chelsea failed to get Neymar when he was coming to from Santos and ended up at Barcelona under the circumstances that he did, then we failed to get him from PSG because between Barcelona and PSG there was no luck. No one was willing to pay 200 million for Neymar then. But he went to PSG, and for the last 2 or 3 windows we've always been linked to Neymar. We failed to get him. Many Chelsea fans didn't get him. But with Antonio Nusa, you just might be getting yourself a version of Neymar at a very young age and maybe make him everything that you want to be getting. So could it be the opportunity for you to nurture your own Neymar, the one that you failed to get? Well, you let me know. By the way, can you just share with me, were you excited when we were linked to Neymar? Did you want him to come to the club? Why? And even if you didn't want to, please share with me why in the comment section below. But moving on with Antonio Nusa, let's talk about the facts about this particular deal. Chelsea are believed to have offered 30 million euros, which comes to about 25 to 26 million pounds, and that was rejected. So you want to think that that will be going up a little bit. This is a young player. He's a teenager. So you want to think that with the performances continuing to come through, he is going to be attracting even more attention from European clubs. So how much it will cost any club that gets him, and I'm really hoping that Chelsea get him, will be subject to just about that. And it looks like we're going to be in a situation whereby you failed to get him when it was a little bit cheaper, and it's just going to get more expensive. The performances are still going on well. He's putting together a number of appearances as well for Club Brugge already, I think 10 or so games already for Club Brugge. So he's about to be very, very expensive, and we might get to regret not getting him when we did. Let's look at the numbers as far as this young man is concerned. 46 appearances already for Club Brugge, 7 goals and assists. You want to note that about 4 of those, by the time of recording this video, have come just this season. I think 3 to 4 of those. So he's a man on form. He's a guy that if you look up articles about him last season, they were referring to him as a young winger. Now they refer to him as a young striker. So you can see he's still growing and getting to find new positions. He's already gotten himself a call-up to the national team. He's played for Norway. He also went on to score and assists on his debut for the senior Norway side. So there is something special coming through for this young man, Antonio Nusa. Well, that is just about everything as far as that is concerned. He has Neymar as a role model, so he's not just being compared to playing like Neymar. He also has him as a role model. That is a little something that I thought we wouldn't get to live out as far as Antonio Nusa is concerned. So here we go. And all I'm saying is, from everything that I've read, I'm very excited about this young talent. But then again, there is my worry that now we are getting a little too many of these kids in the same age bracket to play together. Remember, in striking already, we have Armando Broya. We do have, of course, Nicholas Jackson that is already starting games, not as young, as the teenagers that we are speaking of in Antonio Nusa. But as far as teenagers are concerned, we also have David Washington and a couple of other players within the ranks that are coming through. At what point does that squad get bloated, especially now that you can't loan out too many players anymore with the Chelsea loan army, a dead and gone concept altogether? It's a little bit of a worry, but I don't mind having the top talents as far as European football gets to go at Chelsea Football Club. Hopefully they grow together and they put together a very, very good squad. I would love to encourage you to share with me your views on our squad build-up on Antonio Nusa. Is even worth the hype for you? Go ahead, look up his highlights and all those kinds of things, and let me know what you think about Antonio Nusa and if you are excited about having him here on, of course, with Chelsea. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we close this video out there, and well, I ask you to subscribe to the channel. We definitely need to grow those numbers so we can monetize, so we can grow the channel, and so we can do even greater content than we are managing to do just about now. When you subscribe, please ring the notification bell, because I do not want you to be missing out on the content that we continue to put out there. And yes, I would love for you to share this content with all the Chelsea fans you know, or anyone that would want to know about Antonio Nusa, for example, right there. Watch all our videos as well on the channel, and much more. Until we get to bring you a new one, please keep that blue flag flying high.